topic is family vlogging in the United States. Should it be illegal? Do you think it interferes with the child's safety if they are part of a family YouTube channel while they are underage? Some people think that family vlogging is a very cool thing to do as a family, but some people see it as the most common way a child's safety gets corrupted. Children should not be allowed to be in a family vlog YouTube channel for their own safety. The first exposure that family vlogging has on children is the corruption of their own privacy. It exposes private aspects of their life, including their personal beliefs, if they are at the age that they have their own beliefs. Many cases of family vlogging expose the city and/or community and their neighbors. They are putting their children at risk and their neighbors at risk of overbearing fans, child predators, and public defenders. Another reason that child vlogging should not be allowed is because it can cause advanced maturing at an abnormal pace. When you exhibit an advanced lifestyle to a child, it makes them mature quicker. For example, when you dress children in children's clothing, they change their style as they get older, and it matures them as they get older with their style. If you were to put a child in a latex dress at age 9, they're going to think that they need to act the way someone at the age of 22 might act while wearing this dress. Specifically if they are growing up in a branding family, where they participate in brand deals, they may think that they should be using products that their body does not need, which can and will mature them, even if they aren't trying to. This is happening because of what they are seeing every day, which leads me to my point of not all children mature at the same pace. Some very fast and some very slow, but when you mature too fast, it can cause academic or behavioral problems. In the documentary of Natalia Barnett and the TV show made about her, we see this firsthand. She was forced to mature faster than most people because of her dwarfism. It can cause them to lash out, start getting in trouble, or even give them high anxiety and depression. It also affects the child's academics. If they mature at an extreme rate, it can cause extreme excellence, which is not a bad thing, but it can create distress for the child being smarter than most of their peers. A very important thing families need to remember when starting a family social media account is the legal working age. If they start their children at extremely young, it could be considered against labor laws. In Iowa, anyone under the age of 16 can only work a maximum of 18 hours a week. Family vloggers spend countless hours getting footage for their videos. Technically, you have to be 14 in Iowa to have a job, but if the parents of said social media accounts aren't paying their children for their appearance on the internet that are collecting income for, children would/could take them to court for a civil lawsuit. Now, there could be exceptions to family vlogging in the United States. For example, if it was strictly community vlogging in cities near them, and not in their own hometown or at their house, so it's not violating the child's privacy or your neighbor's privacy. Another way we could prevent this type of abuse is not allowing underage humans to participate in vlogging until they're old enough to drive. Now, this might sound silly. Why wait till they're old enough to drive? To me, this gives them an opportunity to leave and go to the cops and get help if it comes down to it. This would allow them to escape if there would be a start of abuse in their situation. In the Ruby Frankie situation, none of the children were able to get out and just leave because they were all extremely young. Just a couple years after they started the vlogging is when the abuse started, and they were forced to endure it for a very long time. If there was a law in place that said children are not allowed to be a part of a family social media account until they are 16, 14, etc., I believe that there would be a lot of less abuse cases in children when it comes to celebrities. In the month of April 2025, a documentary came out called Bad Influence, The Dark Side of Kidfluencing. Essentially, this is a documentary about Piper Raquel and what she built with The Squad. The Squad was a group of kids that started filming at age 8 until now, and most of them are 16 to 18 years old today. The parents of these children brought to light how Piper Raquel's mother would abuse, sexualize, and mentally hurt these young children. She would force them to film for long periods of time, even up to 16 hours. She would make them kiss, and she would make these children really wonder what the point of it doing it was. There had been over 15 kids in and out of the Squad. It was very emotionally draining for these children, specifically when one kid would leave because their parents started to see what Piper's mom, Tiffany, would do to these kids. Tiffany's mom calling the children explicit if they didn't do exactly what she wanted. These children were so young, growing up, not understanding how they should act because they were forced to act older than what they actually are. One of the longest lasting Squad members, Sophie, revealed in this documentary that Tiffany had been sexually assaulting her, and Sophie admitted this gave a pathway to everyone to tell their story. Tiffany would go into Sophie's room at night and start touching all over their bodies, but she would say it was Lenny, her alter ego. This would go on to affect not only Sophie, but many of the other past members. In conclusion, family vlogging is not ethical in children's lives. This causes parents to openly violate their children's emotions and privacy, exposing their personal life, and it doesn't give them any time to relax and to not be in front of the camera. The biggest problem with it is being ethically wrong, meaning family vlogging should be illegal. Just think if that was you or your child being forced to do that.